Cool. Ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, awesome. Cool, cool. Um, hey Neil, how are you?
Good. For people who are not aware of what's going on, me and Bri have just tried about 4 times to do a little interview. It seems like anything that happens from my phone doesn't work too well. So this is try number 4, and we're going to actually talk about Ayurvedic medicine and gut health and how it interfaces with the neurology of human beings, our mental and spiritual capacity, and also what we're seeing in the world at the moment with gut health problems. So
Mm.
can get a bit of a feel for what she does. And if you want, you guys can come on board with our retreats and hang out with the team too. So if you want to introduce yourself, Briar, to your community out there and also my community who are now going to be logging in and signing in, and we'll have a bit of a chat on gut health and the importance of it.
Hi guys, my name's Bri. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a holistic health coach specializing in Ayurveda. And basically, what we're going to talk about today is our gut health and how important it is to keep our gut health in check. So many of us are suffering from weight conditions, lethargy, anxiety, depression, loads of chronic health issues, autoimmune issues, and this is due to people having a weak gut microbiome. And there's so many causations of this, and a lot of the time it's due to people eating the wrong diets, stress, lifestyle, environmental factors, pesticides, eating too much meat that's got a lot of antibiotics and growth hormones in. So it's basically just our hormones are out of balance. And I don't know if you guys know, but the mind body connection, 80% of our immune system's in our gut. So if our gut is out of balance, then the mind's going to be out of balance, and vice versa. So this is why I'm educating and hopefully empowering people to look at the health, look at what you're eating, look at how you're eating it, and take charge, take action, because this day and age, people are getting sicker and sicker and not healthier, unfortunately. And that's, for me, is very upsetting. There's so many that people, and love. I'm sure people are, getting cancer, they're getting diabetes, chronic, heart conditions, so many things, even just something small, like completely, being lacking of energy or having the flu all the time. This is showing that we've got a weak immune system. And this is due to not eating the right foods, basically. So
Mm.
yeah, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I think that more people need to be educated on how to eat healthily and basically undo all the things that we've been taught to do, or taught to eat, shall I say.
Mm. And everything we have been taught since we've been kids is pretty much inverted. We're living in a reality at the moment of absolute inversion. And what that is, we've been told that the medical system's there to support our health, but in actual fact, what they're doing, they're putting band-aids on symptoms rather than going to the root cause of what the problem is, which always boils down to one of a few things: mineral deficiency or a toxic overload in the body, which correlates with gut health and heavy metals. So there's two things: mineral deficiency or a deficiency, and an excess of toxins. If you don't have either of them, the body should be in symbiosis. It should be in balance. But when you go to your local doctor, they'll just prescribe you medicines. They'll prescribe you drugs. They'll be like, hey, take the antibiotics, take this, take that. So what that's actually doing, it's like your car is overheating. So rather than you pulling over and realizing you need to put some more water in or put some more oil in, you actually reach in and you take out the oil light and you keep driving. So you're like, I can't actually see the oil light anymore. So I'm pretty happy, but actually the engine's still overheating and the problem's still going on. So that's kind of the Western medical approach, which is, the cut, burn, and radiate and poison. So most of the world is waking up to the fact that that's not sovereign health. It's supporting industry, it's supporting the pharmaceutical industry. And this Western medical, the allopathic medical system came in not even 100 years ago. And when these original therapies, which is what we should call them, they should be called original therapies, not alternate therapies. They were being used. The Chinese herbs, they were using electricity to create flow. They had all these healing machines like Rife machines, orgon machines. So many of these machines were around treating and healing people, and they were using cannabis. They were using pure mineral turpentine. Back in the day when you're unwell, you'd get some hemp, you'd get some cannabis. If you had parasites, if you had something going on, they would use mineral turpentine. Yes, there's a special way you can use that, which flushes these things out. So once again, it boils back to simple things: getting the toxins out, detoxing every quarter. We should be detoxing certain organs certain times of the year. You don't detox when it's too hot. You don't detox when it's in the middle of winter, unless you're under specific guidelines by a practitioner or a health coach like Briar. So Briar, these people that you're working with and you've been treating, what do you find is the most significant change in their lives after they've started getting their gut health and actually followed your instructions? Because one of the hardest things with humans I've found, because I've been doing natural health for about 10 years now, I help people acquire CBD oil and Chinese herbs and different things like that. I find that the people who follow your instructions, they get really well, but the ones who don't, like, obviously they stay the same. So these people who do follow the protocol, what are you noticing in their lives, the changes once they get their gut health sorted out?
Well, for me, it's mainly as well. It's having an awareness for people that have just been doing the wrong things for so long. But most of us do if we don't have the right education. I was fortunate enough to have a holistic health mum, so she brought me up all natural, and I was a bit of a weird child growing up. But in terms of my health, I've been very lucky, and I see a lot of my clients, they suffering from things, chronic things, and they go for years without realizing that they eventually it's going to really start to affect the immune system. So a lot of my clients come to me with just small symptoms like skin issues, thyroid problems, digestion, and a lot of the time it's due, when I look at some of the stuff that they've been eating, or certain things they've had in their life, like antibiotics or prescription medication. I had one girl, and she's was on antidepressants, and because of that, now she has thyroid issues, and it's a direct link from having antidepressants. There's something called lithium, in the antidepressants that then causes thyroid issues. So a lot of people are having symptoms from stuff that they've maybe had when they're younger, and now it's playing an effect in their gut. So having more energy is, I think, the main one. Is something that I work a lot with people, is just having more energy. And it sounds really silly because a lot of people think they have energy, and until they start practicing certain holistic lifestyle habits, like eating the right foods, eating at the right times, taking things out of the diet, and they start to slowly see their sleep is improving, their skin is improving, you're just natural, I think you guess call it aura or energy field is just getting brighter, and you feel more connected to people, you feel more energized just through doing little things. You can get out of bed in the morning and not feel tired. I mean, how many of you wake up in the morning and just feel like, oh, don't want to get out of bed? So just being able to have more energy to get out of bed and live the day with great energy is just, I think for me, the clients that I work with find this super beneficial, amongst other things like not having bloating or gas, something I used to suffer from a lot when I was eating a lot of animal based protein like cheese and meat. I realized it wasn't very good for my digestive system. Like a lot of people, they are suffering from these issues, but they're told, oh, meat, dairy, we're brought up on that. So a lot of people are not realizing that the stuff they've been consuming forever is now what's actually making them sick. So
Totally.
yeah.
That's back to the whole inversion thing, you need calcium for your bones, you need protein, you need this. In actual fact, calcium steals like nutrients from your bones, and it leaves you with arthritis and osteoporosis and things like this. So we're waking up, but the problem is that so many people for the last, say, most people have been eating shit food for 30, 40 years. And a lot of people want that magic pill where, oh, what can I take? It's going to get me better in the next week. And so what happens when they get prescription drugs or things like that? They feel good for a little while because it actually masks their pain. But in actual fact, it's not fixing or healing the inner body. And then what happens? We have a whole bunch of side effects which come on later. And then you have many more problems you need to fix later. So with health, the most important thing is to get onto it early. It doesn't matter how old you are, you can turn your whole body around in 3 to 5 years. You can regenerate every cell in your body in 3 to 5 years if you really go hard at it. So you can see that by iridology. If people know about iridology, it's basically looking at the eyes, and it shows you a map, like a blueprint of where you're at health-wise. And it's very, very accurate. It's been around for a very long time. And that's one of the things that I recommend people do, is like find out where you are in your health. Have a real check on yourself and be like, right, how are you waking up? How's your back pain? How's your frame of mind? How's your energy? Do you have soreness and stiffness? How's your sexual drive and your libido? You know, aches and pains. Are you digesting your food and farting and carrying on and burping a lot? You know, and are you eating food and you feel tired? A lot of people eat food and they just feel tired because they've got a perforated stomach lining. So the food's going straight through the stomach. It's kind of crossing the blood-brain barrier and going into the blood, and then it's going into the brain. And then we're feeling tired and wiped out because it's not actually being absorbed into the stomach. It's going through the stomach. So, I mean, health itself is a massive topic. You know, it's so big. And still at this moment, we don't know exactly what's going on. We're getting very close to understanding how it all works in our biology. But until we connect health with mental health, with spiritual health, with the meridian system, with energy flow, with neurological, with chemical, all these different facets play a role in our lives. And we need to try and balance them all out. You can take herbs until the cows come home. But if you have a toxic relationship with your family, that can be enough to offset the good food you're putting in your body. You are what you think while you eat. So one very important thing that a very good mentor of mine tells me, his name's Brian Schaefer, when you're eating, you must be thinking positive thoughts. You must sit and chew your food, because when you chew your food, it tells your brain how much food's in your mouth, and it tells your stomach how much digestive acids to create, so it knows to digest that amount of food. So simple things like eating your food combining, not having certain foods, not eating too late. You know what I mean? So these are all facets of the healing process. But if you get on top of your gut biome, that can be like a get out of jail card for a lot of the problems that you're facing right now. If you do get the stomach biome back in track and you start doing the right processes, like maybe you can tell people a few things that you'd recommend to do, and then they can connect with you later to do a full rundown. But what are some things that people could do, simple things, to get a little bit of a benefit for their vitality, do you reckon?
Well, there's so many things you can do, but even just a couple things that I find super beneficial that my clients really love and they see kind of results pretty much straight away is a tongue scraper. So you can buy them on, Amazon for about $2 or $3, like a copper tongue scraper or a stainless steel. And you literally just scrape the tongue in the morning when you wake up, and you don't realize that your tongue is basically, when you're sleeping overnight, the tongue is basically all the toxins that are coming out of the body come out on the tongue. And most people, they go through, they don't clean the tongue. And once you clean the tongue, you're actually stimulating your digestive system, as well as removing these toxins that normally go back into the bloodstream, which then cause skin issues, health problems. So tongue scraping is a great way to increase your taste buds and also, stimulate your digestion, but also you get better breath. I told my boyfriend when we first started dating, like, you have to get a tongue scraper if you want me to kiss you. So that's a really amazing thing for your digestive health. But also for fermented foods, like I did a video on Instagram, posting a video on how to make sauerkraut. And a lot of you probably heard about fermented foods, and they help repopulate the good gut bacteria to fight off the bad guys in the stomach. So a lot of the time, because we are eating the wrong foods, we have an accumulation of, bad guys or parasites, that kind of stuff. So it's really important that we repopulate the good gut bacteria with fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, kombucha, that kind of stuff. So if you would like to see my free video, I'll let me know and I can send it to you. Or you can follow me on Instagram. And it literally takes 2 minutes to make fermented vegetables. You just put it in a jar, put some water in it, and then you leave it for a week and let it ferment, and then you eat it with foods and stuff. That's a really good way to repopulate the gut. Obviously, if you are taking prescription medications or antibiotics quite often, that's something you really need to look into, because you're completely wiping out the bad guys, yes, but also the good guys. And it's really hard to repopulate the good bacteria in your gut. So it's something to look at if you're constantly having a low immune system, or you're getting ill quite a lot, you're quite tired, you feel quite anxious, you just don't have that much energy. It's definitely something to do with your immune system and your, gut bacteria, I guess. What's in your gut is so important, and a lot of people don't relate it to all these chronic health issues that we're having. Is in Ayurveda they say that when your digestion starts to weaken, obviously when we're younger we can kind of eat what we want and not put on weight, and then as soon as our digestion starts to weaken from eating the wrong types of food, processed foods, pesticides, all that kind of stuff, that's when chronic health issues start to happen. So maybe it might be 50 or 60 years of age. You probably know someone, your family member, that starts to get ill around that time. And that's when the digestion starts to weaken just from over time, poor use of it, and not preventing this from earlier on. So another thing that I really recommend is if you are eating, not snacking throughout the day. So the digestion takes so much energy to basically digest food and absorb it into nutrients for you to then, growth, cell repair, feel more energized. Basically everything that you're digesting needs to basically be taken into nourishment. And if your digestion's weak, you're going to be leaving a lot of undigested food in the digestive system. So when we snack throughout the day, your body is never having a break. So it's really important to either have, 2 or 3 meals a day, but avoid snacking in between. A lot of us, we get bored and we go to the fridge and snack, and that's something that our digestion just needs a break. Even though a lot of people say, oh, you need to eat, you need to eat all the time to keep your metabolism actually going. It's completely not true. I don't know if you've heard of intermittent fasting, but this is a great way to just reset the body, reset the gut. If you are feeling, your immune system's a bit weak, even try a little bit of fasting just to help let your digestive system have a break from constantly digesting. And obviously as well, if you're eating late at night, that can be a massive thing. If you're eating too late at night, and your body is obviously meant to, when you're at nighttime, you're sleeping, you're repairing, your immune system's working. And if you're digesting food that's stuck in your digestion system, your immune system's gonna basically not get the attention that it needs. So having meals late at night is definitely something you should try and avoid. So yeah, there's so many things. I could go on forever about it, but yeah, it's really something that's super powerful once you start to work with your digestion and start to help it get better and start to see how many.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of freezing. Hey, Simon, Noah, Abby, Matthew, Harvey, is there any questions that you want to, just so we can be a bit interactive so I'm not just talking the whole time? I could go on for hours. Let me know if you have any questions that you want answering. I'd be happy to answer any. Just having a look now. Hey, Robert. Anything you would like to add, Neil?
Well, whereabouts can people contact you, and have you got a website so they can jump on there and start doing some of your protocols?
Yeah, so I have a website, briarroots.com. It's just my name. It's quite good. I have a very unusual name. So it's I think I'm the only one that's called that. You can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of free content on there. And you can sign up to my mailing list on Instagram. I can put a link as well on my holistic health page. And yeah, I find it, it's really important that we are regularly detoxing the body, like you said, fasting, juice fastings, depending on obviously your body type and how you feel yourself. A lot of the time it can be detrimental to your health if you're not doing it with the right guidance. But I'm a really big advocate for doing certain detoxes like coffee enemas, gallbladder flushes, because the body over time gets built up of all these toxins. And if we're not helping eliminate them properly, that's when disease is going to start in the body. So when we prevent this from happening, that's when the body can start to rejuvenate and heal itself a lot easier if we're not just continuously feeding it with lots of food. And a lot of the time, if our digestion's not working efficiently, food gets stuck in the GI tract, and basically disease is just undigested food that's stuck, and it starts to rot and ferment, and that's when bacteria grows. That's when we get parasites. So it's really important to do parasite cleanses, all these kind of detoxes, health detoxes that are natural for the body to prevent this from happening.
Amazing. And for people out there who are listening on both of our channels, Briar's going to be joining us in our November retreat, which is in Bali.
Yay!
on the 14th to the 20th. We've got 8 co-hosts coming on: health professionals, life coaches, medicine men and women, breathwork people, acupuncturists, acutonics, a whole bunch of basically my close friends and family who are incredible at what they do, but they're going to be just supporting along the way. You know, we've got a retreat with tours, hikes, healing foods, juices, elixirs. We're going to be doing the yoga, meditation, breath work every day and really locking in a ritual and a routine. But we've also got some beautiful heart opening ceremonies like cacao, kratom tea, sound journeys, quantum sound healings. We're going to be doing rape, the sacred tobacco jungle medicine. So that will be happening in the this beautiful resort, which is oceanside. So if you guys are interested in coming and being in networking with a whole bunch of incredible humans, I've got, like I said, 8 of my best friends and family who are joining us. So usually a retreat, there might be 1 or 2 people, maybe 3, who will be working with the people. What I've done with this one is I've opened up a space. So you might not enjoy one modality, but you're going to have 10 other modalities that you're going to be like, wow, I never knew about that. I've never had a sound journey. I've never done a cacao ceremony. I've never done this. I didn't know about that. So we're going to have a group acupuncture session. We're going to be getting shiatsu massages and all types of things. Plus, I'm going to be doing some workshops with people, which are going to be helping to open the heart and connect to our soul's purpose. The whole idea of this retreat is about getting people into the heart and making balanced decisions. It's about locking in an energy so when they go home from the retreat over the 7 days, they've attained something they didn't have before, and they can take it back with them and add it to their life. You know, creating lifelong memories in a beautiful, safe container, so people can connect deeply. There's a real lack of connection at the moment, and that's actually tied to heavy metals, gut health, people not detoxing, bad food. If we've got all these things bombarding us, we're not going to be as affectionate. We're not going to be as open. We're not going to understand things. Our mind and our connection with our heart is severed in many cases. We go through a lot of trauma as kids growing up, all the programming and things that we get stuck into, alcohol and drugs and reality TV and this competitive nature which happens to go through school. So it's very simple, you know. We need to get back into this heart and relax and start being decent human beings again. So if you guys are interested, it's called soulfulretreats.love. It's in November. It's $2,500. That's all inclusive, everything for the 7 days: the accommodation, the food, the tours, the hikes, the ceremonies, all the transfers. Someone, I'm sure, no doubt, will put a link in here, or we can put it somewhere in the top. We have got some spaces left, and if you'd like to come over and hang out with the team, hang out with Briar, hang out myself and all the other co-hosts, and hang out in the jungle and the waterfall blessings and all the ceremony we're going to be doing, swimming in the ocean, snorkeling, all types of cool stuff, just get contacted with us and check out the website, and we can cut you a deal. We can give you a special, give you a coupon. So yeah, Briar, anything else that you want to add? Like, thank you so much too for what you've given the people today. It's really special.
Yeah, I guess it's short and sweet, and I'd love to start doing more of these Facebook Lives, because I think there's definitely, great to connect with other people and see that people are interested about it. They just don't know where to find out the right information, because there's just so much stuff out there that's, wrong or misinformed. And I feel like that's why I love Ayurveda, because this science has been around for thousands and thousands of years. It's the oldest medical science in the world. And yes, you can modernize it and bring in new things, but I think the essence of Ayurveda is, the mind body is super connected. You can heal the mind with the body, and you can vice versa. Like, once you have everything interlinked and running, at optimal level in balance, then your body is just designed to be healthy. We're not designed to be sick. We're designed to be healthy. And I think that's why it's really important that we take the matter of health into our own hands, and not seek it from outside of ourselves. Yes, we can go to have advice from people, but we're very intuitive creatures. A lot of the time we know what's wrong with us, if it's emotional, if it's physical, if it's mental. So I'm just here to educate and empower those of you that want to learn more, and I'm super excited to keep pursuing this and learning as we go along, because we can all learn from one another. So yeah, and I'm really looking forward to the retreat in November. It's my first retreat, so I'm going to be super excited to do this and meet everyone. Hey, Kevin, Dave, Johnny.
Thanks,
God, Marianne. It's my mum's boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend's mum. She's amazing. She's been looking after me the whole week. So yeah, we've posted the link below, so check it out. And yeah, if you want to, feel free to message me and follow me on Instagram at Briar Roots. And if you want any more information, I post a lot of stuff there and on my website and on my email lists. And yeah, we'll definitely be doing, now we know how to do a Facebook Live. It took us 4 times, so it's a little bit awkward, but I guess my boyfriend always says, you learn from failure. So it's not too bad.
All
Failure is
right.
feedback.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Neil.
Well, I'll jump off now, and I look forward to doing another Facebook Live with you sometime soon when we have better reception and we can hit it up. But that was really
Yeah.
good, and I appreciate what you're putting out there.
Thanks, guys, for watching. And yeah, feel free to message me, or if you have any more questions, that kind of stuff. Love to connect. Bye.